This is Bronco Talk, Fan and Chris, and this week we'll be doing the Broncos Week 13/14 recap and prediction.
Alright. So, he's just said before we got on, we only got 3 weeks of this punishment left.
For this. Then the Broncos, it said that the Broncos could still make the playoffs if like 36...
If everybody else loses all of their games?
If 36 different scenarios happened, it was like 26 or something different scenarios had to happen over the next 3 weeks. Somehow we could get into the playoffs.
Okay.
Even though we have a losing record and
It's
no
a long
chance of
shot
coming
for
back
sure.
at that. Yeah.
Alright. Okay. Alright, so last week, who did you play?
We played the Dolphins
How'd that go?
and lost 9-35. So, wasn't good.
Wasn't good, once again.
At all. Yeah.
Alright. Well, let's start with the defense this week. We usually start with the offense. How'd the defense do? How are they looking?
Well, to start off, they allowed 2 touchdowns in 7 seconds.
Whoa.
The time span of 7 seconds. So that's not good.
No.
Always did what they usually did, where in the first half they do good, and by the second half they just drop off.
Die off.
And do nothing.
So is that, what were you saying about that? You mean they did that this last game?
They do that pretty much every game.
Okay.
So they do good in the first half. It was close at the first half, and then by the first half was over, they just all dropped off. And the thing with the offense is, the offense does bad in the first half, while the defense does good. And then by the second half, the defense does bad and the offense starts doing good.
Oh, okay. They need to get that together.
Yeah, figure out how to get that to go together.
Excuse me. So how did the offense do?
We allowed 2 safeties in the game and a fumble. Simeon was 20 for 42 for 219 yards and 3 interceptions.
Who played quarterback?
Simeon,
the whole time?
yeah, whole time.
Oh, okay.
Different. It's gonna
Alright.
maybe different this week. And we were 1 for 13 on 3rd down conversions, and those are the conversions you have to make. We only converted 1 of them the whole time.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yikes. Alright, so
Yeah.
let's move on to more optimistic things. Who are we playing this week?
The Jets.
The Jets.
Yeah.
Okay. How are the Jets looking this year?
5-7. If they lose this game, they have their playoff chances are pretty much dead.
Okay.
And if they do make the playoffs, that'll probably be the team I'm gonna go for in the playoffs.
Okay.
So.
Alright.
Because New York, we're from New York, so.
Sweet.
Yeah.
You're not from New York.
Yeah. Well, I'm not. You and Mom are.
Right.
But
Okay.
so my family lives in New York.
Oh, yeah. No, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. Alright. What are the 3 keys to the game?
Get over 200 yards, which pretty much means tearing up their defense, because Emmanuel Sanders will play tomorrow,
Okay.
and he was on here listed as questionable, but he'll play tomorrow, which means that we're going to have to rely on him and Demaryius Thomas to take our offense. And it said that if we abandon our run defense this week, expect us to lose. So if you see more passing than running, expect us to lose.
Oh, okay.
Because their run defense isn't very strong. And that goes into the second one, which is where hold their defensive line back. Their defensive line has to show their promise, I guess, in this game. Or we're just going to tear them up and our run defense is going to be great if they don't show their promise. And use 2 quarterbacks. Usually isn't conventional, but at this part of the season, I would do it. Just use...
Nothing to lose.
Yeah, just see... Unless, we're starting Simeon this game. So, unless Simeon's doing awesome at, second half, just keep playing him. But if he isn't, just send Osweiler in, because Lynch isn't playing this... Lynch is out this week, so just send Osweiler in and let him finish out the game.
Okay. Who's injured? Let's start with the other team.
So the thing was, when I looked at Dolphins injury report, there was nothing listed, and that usually means that everyone's playing, like on their injury report on their website or whatever. It showed that there was nothing in like the column that said status for game status, so that usually means that most of them are playing.
Okay.
So I couldn't find anything. But for the Broncos, there was a few players. Adam Gotsis, questionable with an illness. DeMonte Pecco, who's a nose tackle, was questionable with a knee injury.
Did he play last week?
No.
Okay.
He sat out last week. But he was also questionable last week, but he sat out.
I remember that. Yeah, that's why I was asking.
Ronald Weary also out. He's a tackle. He didn't play. He hasn't played very good this season. He hasn't played a lot this season. Not that he hasn't played good. He just hasn't played a lot because of injury. Lynch is out with an ankle injury, and Emmanuel Sanders will play, but he did have an ankle injury and was listed as questionable earlier when I did this.
Okay. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. Did we do the other? Yeah, we did both teams.
Yeah.
Okay. Prediction.
So I gave up on trying to predict wins or a loss, because every time I predict a win, it would be a loss and it would be sad. So I'm just gonna predict the score. It's gonna be 34-14. So one of the teams is gonna blow the other one out.
Okay.
So still 1 to 2 touchdowns, but blow them out from that point on.
Okay. All right. What time's it start?
2:05 Mountain Time on CBS.
Tomorrow.
So tomorrow, yeah. Or depending on what day you watch this. So Sunday.
Right. Yep. All right. Any other news? Any other ideas?
Simeon has been sacked 7th most in the NFL, and that's 29 times. And that eventually takes a toll on the quarterback.
Wait, so what is that statistic? 7th most this year?
Yeah, this year.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad.
But that's not good because he's been sacked 29 times.
What did the number one guy get?
I don't know, but still, like, that's bad out of 32 or however many quarterbacks there are. That's not good. Because, like, that eventually takes a toll on him.
Yeah,
that's
sure.
29 times he's gotten sacked. By, like,
in how many games? 12?
He's played about, I'd say 7 or 8 games.
Okay.
Because he played the first 4 games of the season. Started, so about, like, 6 games, yeah.
Okay.
So about 6 games, there's 29 sacks that are offensive line is allowed.
What about the blocked punts?
There's been 2 blocked punts this season.
Is that pretty rare?
That's rare, yeah. That usually doesn't happen. It's just because Riley Dixon just feels the pressure and can't get the ball off fast enough. So he just doesn't get it off, and he tries to kick it, and it just goes right in. They just are able to block it. So, I mean, it's not like Riley Dixon's having a bad year, who's our punter, but it's just that our special teams there's always been a part of our team that's ruined it every game. And it seems like it was a combination of defense. It was all of them last time.
Oh, okay. All right.
And this game was more special teams because of the block punt and the fumble and the onside recovery that we allowed them to recover, which allowed them to get another touchdown. And, yeah. Simeon is starting, so see how that goes. I mean, also another thing is Vance Joseph is our head coach. No one really likes him now.
Oh, geez.
But he's on the hot seat, which is like he could get fired by the end of the season, which means we would need to find a new head coach.
Yeah, fast.
We'd have to, if we fired him now, we need to find a new head coach quick. But it would be useless right now. Just keep him until the end of the year and then have the whole off season to find a new coach.
Yeah.
And then I was watching, and there was free agent quarterback Case Keenum, who plays for the Vikings right now. They have like a 90-something% chance of making the playoffs. And he's pretty much led them to the playoffs.
Which team is this?
Vikings.
Oh, okay.
He's an incoming free agent. And there was an article I read that said that he was listed as one of like his best options. The Broncos were one of his best options in the free agency this year.
Oh.
Which we could use him. He's getting old, but he's had his highs and his lows this year.
Okay.
And he's done really good this year, but he's getting a little bit older. So I think that we're gonna draft a quarterback in the first round, and then then the later rounds go for like other positions that we need to fix. And then.
But then look on the free agent market.
Yeah, well, free agency is first.
Oh.
So we'll see who we can get in the free agency. Probably gonna work on our offensive line, and then we'll go into the draft and we'll see like maybe Baker Mayfield or Josh Rosen or one of those guys who are coming out of college. See if we can draft one of them. And the one problem with Baker Mayfield is he has disciplinary issues.
Uh-oh.
And it's not like off-field issues; it's on-field issues that he has problems with, like something against the Chiefs. Like he did something, not the Chiefs, the Kansas. He the team captain wouldn't shake his hand at the beginning of the game. Like the team captains wouldn't shake his hand, so he went on and he destroyed their team. But he won because he won because he has a winning attitude, which is what we need on the Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
And he's currently ranked 5th in the overall quarterback rankings right now. So we could take him, and it's not like he doesn't want to play for us. I mean, he wants to play for whoever gets drafted, but if he gets drafted 4th, it's pretty impressive. But I think we should draft him because he has a winning attitude, and he's been compared to Johnny Manziel because of his issues.
Okay.
People have seen Johnny Manziel was good in college, and then when he came to the NFL, he just went down. But when people have compared him to Johnny Manziel, but I don't think he would be the next Johnny Manziel because of his talent, and he hasn't had off-field issues. He's only had on-field issues.
Oh, okay.
So he's got a winning attitude, which is what we need on the Broncos.
Okay.
So, Broncos have a chance at the playoffs. Bronco players are frustrated. They're very frustrated right now.
Makes sense.
We could lose our 2 best wide receivers this offseason because Demaryius Thomas is getting frustrated and wants a trade. Well, we quietly shopped him around the trade deadline, but never traded him. Emmanuel Sanders, I think it's his last year in his contract. I don't think we're going to re-sign him before the free agency starts. So we may lose our 2 best wide receivers in the offseason.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know what wide receivers are going on in the market this offseason, so I don't know who we could sign. But we'll probably be looking for new targets, a new offensive line, probably rebuilding our offense. And Elway, also, we signed him to a 5-year contract this offseason. And I think maybe they're, not, what's the word? I had it, hating the decision, but they're also not loving the decision.
No.
Because he keeps, ripping Broncos players and the coaches and stuff. So,
jeez.
Yeah, he's calling them soft, and I don't know. Also, another news is that the Cleveland Browns have a new general manager.
Really?
That's just another thing
Is that going to make a difference?
Well, he released their best wide receiver on their first day.
Oh.
Well, they're not their best, but he's kind of slumped out. But he took a 2-14 team to a 14-2 team.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know, but that's all I have.
Okay.
Well,
Cool. Go Broncos.
go Broncos.
Let's win.